All right. Well, it's Monday, January 8th. I'm out here and I'm about to try and hike into the cottage for the third time. The car said it was -13 before I turned it off, but there is no wind at all, and it is beautiful. About 6 kilometers to Mc Crae Lake, and then about 3 more after that to the cottage. We'll see how far I get today. I have 5 days. Well, I have reached Mc Crae Lake in any case, and according to the instructions I have, that means I'm about 3 kilometers along this trail and about halfway to Georgian Bay. This is the reason a lot of people walk this trail. There are these big cliffs that I'm standing right on top of at the moment, and I feel like I'm saying this a lot, but it is beautiful. Since I made my little rule about not walking over ice alone, I'm going to just walk around. Well, I lost the trail, so that's not good. It crossed a snowmobile trail, and I hiked up and down the snowmobile trail a little ways and couldn't find another trail marker. So I've been crashing through the bush beside the lake. I still haven't found the trail yet, but I do believe that those cliffs that you can barely see sort of way down there on the video are the cliffs that I stopped to film. And yeah, so I guess my plan basically is just to keep walking around the edge of the lake. Hopefully I find that trail, but if I don't, I should still come to the portage into Georgian Bay, and then I'll know exactly where I am. Whether that's today or tomorrow, I don't know. Anyway, wish me luck. Whoa, I found the trail. Isn't that a happy little sign? And then I realized, I think I found a summer campsite. Hey, what do you know? That is definitely a trail marking sign. And he even built a little inukshuk up there. Andy, that makes me feel better. Sweet. So, I managed to lose the trail again, but I'm not as concerned this time. Just gonna keep following the edge of the lake. Needless to say, the portage wasn't around the next bend, so hopefully it's around this one. The good news is that I found the portage. And the bad news is that it is way over there. But at least I can see it. That's pretty sweet. Probably have 2 or 3 hours maybe of daylight left. Well, as you may have guessed, I've stopped and made camp for the night. This is my little tarp shelter thing. I've never really camped under a tarp before, to be honest, so this should be pretty interesting. My sleeping bag will get unrolled in a little while. I'm boiling some water for my thermos, and then I'm going to make dinner. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with how far I managed to get. The portage is still around the next corner, but at least I know where it is.
I thought the sun was rising because it seemed to be getting lighter, but my candle lantern is still burning. And I took a peek around the edge of my tarp, and clouds have moved, and it's actually the moon. I heard a noise or something way off. Kind of scared the shit out of me when it woke me up, but hopefully it's nothing. This is turning into like the longest camping night of my life. It's morning! I just broke camp when I started hiking about 10 minutes ago, and I was looking at the lake way down there and this big ridge I'm on up here, and I thought to myself, hey, that big ridge looks pretty flat at the top. I wonder if it's easier going up there. So I went, and now I'm back on the trail. So I made it almost to the portage. I actually overshot it by a bit, which is a little frustrating. So I have to hike over that. So I don't know how this slipped my mind, but in order to get to the other side of Mc Crae Lake and start climbing up that rock face I don't really want to climb up, I also have to cross this little creek that I completely forgot was there. This is the spot that I have picked to cross. It looks not too deep anyway. I'm kind of hoping that the deepest part is the part that I can see, which looks to be about 3 feet or so. Well, I made it to the other side of the river, and my pants and my socks and my boots are back on, and I'm pretty happy about that. And feeling is sort of starting to return to my feet. That's nice too. But the current was stronger than I thought it was going to be. I managed not to fall in. I'm afraid to say it, but I've sort of bent my personal rule about not walking on ice. I saw snowmobile tracks, so I took the time, I got my axe out, I checked how thick the ice was. I didn't even get all the way through, but I went down at least 7 inches. So I decided to cross. It was only about 15 feet. And then once I got across, I decided, rather than sort of walking up these hills the way I have been all around Mc Crae Lake, I would just skirt the very edge of the shore. Well, after 3 years of trying, 1 try a year, there's the cottage. And there's our dock. And this is our little bay. The island across from the cottage. The rest of Palisade Bay. Freaking cool, eh? Man, I'm so happy I made it. And there she is. Going to head inside, have a drink of hot tea from my thermos, and get the fire going. Well, I'm in the cottage. I've got the fire nicely blazing. I've got my stuff drying out all over the place with some heaters that Mom and Scott left me. Finally got here, and now I don't want to leave, but I must, unfortunately, although it sucks. But at least I'm hiking through this beautiful weather. Wish me luck. Well, I'm making good time. Pretty sure that it's around 11 or 11:30, and I am on Mc Crae Lake, quite a ways past that portage, which is kind of towards the center of the screen, way down there. I crossed Mc Crae Lake to the south side, right here. I don't know if you can see where my snowshoe track kind of curves off. It's the narrowest point of the lake that I could really see. Way off there are the cliffs. In a straight line, I could probably walk across the ice in about 20 minutes, half an hour, and then 2 or 3 hours more down the trail would get me to the car, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to skirt the edge of the land all the way around. And well, I made it to the base of the cliffs. I think it's still well before 1 o'clock, and I just thought I would give you a much better view of them. That I am coming up on the end of the trail. Hello, car! Well, I didn't fall through the ice. Very nice. Not that I was very far out into the ice anyway, but still. And I made it into the cottage for the first time ever. So it's been a very successful trip. I just checked the time on the car and it is 1:30. I left the cottage at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I have only been hiking for 3.5 hours. That is crazy. It took me so much longer than that to get in the first time. It must have taken me, I don't know, but at least 6 or 8 hours, more than double the same amount of time. Holy crap.